Today, we are going to be talking all about qualifications for an IEP. So if you're trying to figure out why some people have an IEP and others don't, this video is for you. Hi, my name's Kathleen, by the way, and I am a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower their child through life's difficulties. Qualifications, what are they? So it is the very first part of an IEP. It lists how the child qualified for the IEP. So you're probably thinking, what? How is this possible? So for a child to have an IEP, they have to go through a school evaluation process. They have to be tested, and in those tests will include a background, so a history, like if they are low birth weight, family history, how they're performing at home. So the parents will have a questionnaire to answer. Then they will do academic testing. They're also going to have a vision test, a hearing test, because we're ruling out possibilities of other things that it could be. And through the evaluation process, it's determined either they don't qualify, they would qualify here in the United States for a 504 plan or an individualized education plan. And the individualized education program, or the IEP, is governed by the IDEA law, or IDEA law. The 13 areas that are included under IDEA include specific learning disabilities. So students that have dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, auditory processing disorder, and nonverbal learning disabilities can qualify under the specific learning disability. When it comes to diagnosing students in the school, they here in America will not give specifics like dyslexia, a specific name to it. They're going to give it an umbrella that we have found it under the specific learning disability. The next one is going to be other health impairment, OHI, which is where ADHD falls. Then we're going to have the autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, emotional disturbance, speech or language impairment, visual impairments including blindness, deafness, hearing impaired, deaf blindness, orthopedic impairment, intellectually disabled, traumatic brain injury, or TBI, or multiple disabilities. So those are the 13 areas that a child can qualify for with the IEP. So before you can even have an IEP, you have to qualify under one of those specific areas. In fact, you can qualify under just one area, or you can qualify under multiple areas. So when you see the paperwork, you're going to see primary disability, so the one that's impairing the child the most. Then you're going to see secondary, and sometimes that's blank and sometimes it's filled out. So, and then there's a tertiary, so a third disability that's impairing them. Most of the time, what you will see is a specific learning disability for somebody with dyslexia. Sometimes you could also see the SLD label, but then you could also see speech impairment, so they need speech services on the secondary line. So that could happen when children have more of a disability. Sometimes you're going to see that filled up with the primary, secondary, and tertiary disabilities. But this is key to the rest of the IEP. So you have to have this in place for the rest of it. And last week I covered the backbone of the IEP, which is the present levels, which is the snapshot of where the child is. So I'm going to go ahead and link that video for you right here if you would like to watch it. So to recap, qualifications is how the child qualifies for the IEP. But some of the other things to keep in mind is that they are governed by IDEA law. But then also there are two other things that govern things that the child qualifies for and has. So that is the federal law. But then the state law can override it and have different outcomes. And so you also need to research your state law. But then you also need to know what your district does and what your district provides. So when you're doing your research and learning about all of this, you not only have to look into the federal law, which is IDEA, you also have to look into state laws, and you also have to look into the district policy. So I hope you found this useful on qualifications. If you have any questions or want any further information, this is just the beginning part of the IEP. And so as of right now, I have covered the qualifications and present levels. Next week, we will continue on our journey to understanding all of the parts of the IEP. If you have found this information useful, go ahead and give a thumbs up. But I also wanted to let you know that I have taken the time to write a mini course about helping parents understand the IEP process. And so it is called IEP Made Easy. And I am going to link the information for you below. But I just wanted to let you know that it is a 6-module course. So 6 modules broken down into easy understand information to help you better understand the IEP and how you are a valuable part of the IEP process. This information is so vital for any parent who sits in an IEP meeting. If you've ever sat in one, you understand how confusing it is. You understand that teachers have their own language and lingo, and they just start throwing out acronyms that you don't understand, and you're just like, what is going on? And being part of an IEP team, I have definitely seen that. I've seen the confusion on parents' face, and I am here to help. So if you have any questions, go ahead and either leave them below or sign up for a 30-minute discovery call, and we can talk about your specific IEP. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.